Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and, all that business. Welcome to another episode of B-Movie Enema, the series. I'm Jeff Arbuckle, and I'm joined, as always, by Nurse Disembodied. Nurse, how are you doing over there?
Doing great, Jeff. Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
How's it going over there? No. I don't think I know. What are you talking about?
Oh, inflation's out of control, normal everyday violence between people who disagree about politics and so forth is on the rise. There's a war going on in Eastern Europe that seems to be teetering on the brink from escalating very badly. That sort of stuff.
Well, thanks. You've kind of bummed me out now.
Well, it is what I do around here. Then, here I am going on and on about these movies and sharing my appreciation for the bad and the B-movie types of entertainment. Yet, I go on to YouTube and who has all the views and making all the money? The jerks who just profit off of saying negative shit. It's like negativity is just what makes the world go round.
Oh, that sounds depressing.
Well, then the holidays can bring it out of just about anyone, I guess. And when it comes to being grumpy at the holidays, I guess there is no better man to call upon to deliver the goods than Charles Dickens.
Oh, are we watching A Tale of Two Cities?
What? No, it's 1935's Scrooge, based on his 1843 novella, A Christmas Carol.
I know. I'm just trying to lighten the mood with a little well-timed jokey jokes.
Maybe don't quit your day job?
Sheesh, you are in a pretty foul mood.
Anyway, this version of Scrooge is not really the best known one because, well, it's fairly ancient when it comes to the popular adaptations. Most of the time, in school, just before Christmas break, you'd maybe see the 1970 musical version starring Albert Finney, or the 1984 made-for-TV version starring George C. Scott, or even the Disney-produced Mickey's Christmas Carol. Now you might think about the ones that you might want to watch at home after a trip to the local video store as a kid, like the 1992 Muppet Christmas Carol starring Kermit the Frog as Bob Cratchit and Michael Caine as Ebenezer Scrooge. Or maybe you wanted a little bit more updated and comedic vibe, like Scrooge, starring Bill Murray. But reviewer A.O. Scott for the New York Times had his own take on what he thought was the best of the adaptations, and the one that probably most kids of a certain age have been shown. And I mentioned that almost traditional fluffing off the last day before Christmas break in school, and more often than not, it was the 1951 version of Scrooge starring Alistair Sim that got put into the VCR in class. Pretty much every kid my age saw that movie, and all our parents and grandparents felt that it was probably the best of the bunch. My point is that this is one of the absolutely most adapted stories ever. To this day, there are still adaptations of A Christmas Carol being produced, with the most recent being 2022's Spirited with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. Regardless if it is live action or animated, made for TV or made with large full-on major feature film budgets, or performed on stage, A Christmas Carol seems to captivate people. Now, it might be the general melancholy that often comes in with winter in the northern hemisphere, coupled with the pressure that the holidays seem to put on families with kids and what have you to provide the almost artificially happy memories that represent these kind of arbitrary holidays that come in November and December. Not to sound too much like Phoebe Cates in Gremlins, the objectively greatest Christmas movie ever made.
Are you sure about...
Shush. Gremlins is the greatest Christmas movie ever made. Anyway, like she said in that, so the holidays can be tough on a lot of people. The pressure of societal standing to make sure every kid feels like they got the greatest presents each year as money grows tighter and the never-ending droning on and some dead-end job that is slowly killing your will to live.
Jeff! Jeepers! Can we, not be so down and dour? Are you trying to depress the people?
Hey, not really, just stating the facts.
Well, you're being a real downer. What's the matter with you?
This is the time of year that always makes me think. You know, like I kind of mentioned earlier, am I spending my life the right way, you know?
Okay, talk to me. What's the problem?
All these movies that we watch, sure, we watch some decent ones. Yeah, we watch some bad ones. We definitely watch ones that have been long forgotten. Movies completely lost the time and what have you. But what's the point? I'm fairly sure like 4 or 5 people watch these movies with us. Well, why do I bother? Maybe I should just give up and, I don't know, get a normal boring job at, I don't know, the local Buster Burger and just give up on my dreams and aspirations of being a movie proctologist.
Oh, don't talk that way. You're doing a real service to the people out there.
Am I though? Am I really?
Sure you are. Why would you think otherwise?
I don't know. I just think that I could do so much better with a degree in pickleology or a doctorate in beef studies.
Will you do me a favor?
Oh, I guess. What do you need?
Just finish setting up this movie and I'm gonna make some calls.
I guess. So, this is the 1935 version of Scrooge. This adaptation was directed by Henry Edwards, and Edwards was both an actor and director throughout his entire career in film. Between acting and directing, Edwards ended up with something like 150 credits. Sometimes he'd appear in the movies he directed, but not always. The adapted script was written by H. Fowler Muir. Now, Muir was a contemporary of Edwards and racked up over 100 screenwriting credits himself, and he spent a chunk of his career with Twickenham Film Studios, and they've made some pretty popular movies after Muir's time there, with movies like Alfie and The Italian Job, both starring Michael Caine, and the studio also served as the production location for Help and A Hard Day's Night, both starring the Beatles. Twickenham also gave some of their studio space to the Beatles again for filming Let It Be, a fascinating look into the cracks emerging within the Fab Four. But anyway, Muir's time at Twickenham gave him a little bit of a reputation of being competent but kind of uninspired. And man, do I ever sympathize with that. Now, this movie will feature a couple of recognizable people. The first is Sir Seymour Hicks playing Scrooge. Hicks began on stage as a professional at the age of 16. But think of it like this. He was born in 1871, so his acting career goes back to well before the turn of the 20th century. And by 1913, Hicks was getting title roles in silent films, one of which was as Scrooge. So yeah, Hicks played Scrooge twice. Once in 1913 in a film that he got a writing credit for, and then in this one 22 years later. Hicks appeared in a couple of dozen films, but the majority of his work was on stage, where he was a major star and ultimately got him knighted the same year this film was released. And he was married to another very famous stage performer, Ellaline Terrace, and they were married for a staggering 56 years. A couple uncredited folks who appear in this are Robert Morley and Maurice Evans. Now, Morley was seen as Miss Mary in Some Girls Do, which we watched previously. And Maurice Evans is probably best known to me and most of you folks out there as Dr. Zaius in 2 Planet of the Apes movies and as Samantha's father on Bewitched. While also uncredited, the voice of Jacob Marley, the dead partner of Scrooge, belongs to Claude Rains. Now, Rains was a star of both big-time movies like Casablanca, The Adventures of Robin Hood, Lawrence of Arabia, and Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, but he also appeared in the excellent Universal Classic Monster movies The Wolfman and Phantom of the Opera, but is probably best known for not appearing in the Universal Classic The Invisible Man. Because, you know, he was invisible. But Rains was nominated 4 times for a Best Supporting Actor Oscar, but lost each time. Okay, so I guess we're ready to get this movie started. At least I think so. I'm not sure what Nurse Disembody is up to.
I'm here. We're all set up. Okay, so when we get back from the first segment of this movie, Jeff, you're going to get some visitors who should help you find the true meaning of your life.
Are you really going to go through with this Christmas Carol stuff?
Yes, I am. Besides, you're the one who writes these scripts, not me.
What?
What? Anyway, the first of our visitors will be showing up shortly. Oh, as a matter of fact, I think I hear them now.
What's up, party people? Woohoo!
Woo! Where's the eggnog, yo?
Fuck that eggnog. Where's the space weed at?
Guys, chill it. We're supposed to be serious or something.
Oh shit, yeah. Shut up.
Aw, shit. Yeah, chill at number 4.
I'm gonna barf! Guys, for real, we're here to, like, help or something.
Yeah. That hot-ass nurse that hung out with us last year needs our help.
Hey guys, thanks for stopping by and helping out.
Damn, she's still fine.
Yeah, she is.
Dudes and dudettes, chill it.
Shit, dude, you gotta clean that up.
Dude, shut the fuck up. Hey, nurse, so, you said you got a problem and, you need our help.
Yes, Jeff is feeling a little down.
We just stopped off over at Pablo Escobar's place. What you need, my friends?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
No, he's just, down. I was kind of hoping you had some good things to say about him.
Why would we have anything good to say?
Wait, we had Nurse Disembody in our collective. We can do the brain stuffs. Yeah, we can check out the memories and stuff that she had.
Come on, nurse, this is silly.
Just give them a second.
Oh, come on, really?
Let them do their thing. There we are. Let's see what they found.
Alright, Chief, we looked through all the memories that came with your nurse when we, partied with her and shit.
Yeah, and according to what she remembers of when she first met you, she thought you were pretty cool. Wait, seriously?
Yeah, that's what that memory says.
Okay, if that's what we're going with then, whatever. Anyway, you seemed like a pretty cool dude. Really?
Really?
Well, yeah. Why wouldn't I think you're pretty cool?
Remember, bro, this is what she thinks of you.
Yeah, at least at one point she thought you were a pretty cool dude. Maybe you still are, I don't know. That looks like a real long time ago. You're what? Old as shit, right?
Yeah, kind of.
Sometimes I guess you're funny too. I guess that's true too.
See? I don't know where all this business is coming from with you being all bummed out and thinking about going to Buster Burger University and stuff. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Check out the memory of the Jeff dude finding and bringing home the poop chute.
Aw, that's sweet.
Is that a butthole? No, you dummy. That's where he gets the movies he watches.
Actually, I'm pretty sure it is a butthole.
Yeah, that's totally a butt.
Aw, jeez, number 4, did you beef? I did more than that, buddy.
Dude!
Oh my god, what's going on back there?
Oh, holy shit, Party Borg number 4. How can I smell this down here?
Oh god, that's rancid.
Intergalactic hotboxing.
God damn, we better get out of here.
Open a window.
Alright, so we're going to just get out of here. Apparently somebody shit their pants, so I guess have a good Christmas or something. Hail Santa! Bye!
God, I hope they have a good janitor on that thing.
He's drunk most of the time.
Ew.
Do you feel any better?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate the little boost there saying I'm cool and sometimes funny and what have you, but honestly, I don't know. It still feels like, I don't know, this stuff that we do. I mean, maybe it's a thing of the past, you know? I mean, maybe it would make more sense for me to find a new job.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
Fiddlesticks?
Yeah, maybe you were a little more wide-eyed and full of wonder when you found Poop Shoot and began this whole thing. And sure, maybe you are a little more mature now or whatever, but you loved getting this whole thing set up. You loved picking out the movies and thinking about what you were going to say. And if I might be so bold, I think you still do.
Alright, well, let me guess. There will be someone coming up after this segment of the movie to talk about how, I don't know, I'm still in love with this job I have here and whatnot.
Of course.
Swell. Well, let's get back to 1935 Scrooge.
Thanks again for calling in. This'll help, I think.
I am happy to help in any way I can.
Jeff?
Nurse?
I've got someone here who wants to talk to you.
Swell.
What's that in your hand?
Oh, this? I'm just working on my Busterburger University application.
Not so fast there, Jeff. I think you'll want to hear from a contemporary of yours that might have some words of encouragement for you.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Richard?
Why, hello there, Jeffrey.
Bah humbug.
Oh, Jeff, let him say what he has to say.
Yes, Nurse Disembodied told me that you were questioning your path in life.
What's it to you?
Well, I would not be a successful professor at a higher educational institution if I were not able to discuss what is bothering a fellow film lover.
Oh, well, in that case, allow me to restate this. Bah humbug.
Pish posh, Jeffrey.
Come on, Jeff. Talk to the professor. He called because he wants to help.
Fine.
Why, thank you, Nurse Disembodied. Jeffrey, what is bothering you?
Well, you know, it's just...
Go on, Jeffrey.
Alright, fine. I can't do what you do. You sit there and talk about these masterpieces like Citizen Kane and Casablanca and a bunch of foreign movies I couldn't hope to pronounce. Oh, you know, sure, I'm showing 1935 Scrooge. Sure, it's a fine movie. It's not that 1951 version that you probably talk about.
Well, I did show the Alistar Sim one before we recessed for holiday break.
See, I could sit here and talk about how this movie is different from all the other adaptations because it doesn't really show the various ghosts in full figure, except for the Christmas present. And yeah, I can mention, like I did earlier, about how Robert Morley had been seen in a previous movie I covered here in a peculiarly, I don't know, effeminate man in a James Bond ripoff. Okay, who doesn't like Claude Rains? But is that worth anything to anyone?
Those are not names or facts that should be taken lightly, Jeffrey.
But is it interesting?
I found that interesting.
Does it matter to anyone? I mean, anyone else other than you or me? I mean, besides, it seems like all that matters is what people who like to tear things apart and be cynical and hateful towards movies. People love that negative shit online. It just bothers me that here people like you and me want to talk about the good stuff, and it doesn't seem to matter to anyone. It doesn't register at all.
But does it have to matter?
What?
Does it have to matter if it means anything to anyone other than people like you or me?
Well...
I know, when we saw each other for the first time in years earlier this year, it was not very pleasant. However, I came back and we dealt with your nurse being possessed by a demon.
You guys were so good working together on that whole deal.
And then we worked together on a marvelous discussion of the legend John Huston. You really showed how much you knew about film.
Well, you talked most of that time.
Fair, but we had a wonderful time talking about Stanley Kubrick when we watched Fear and Desire. You really showed how much you understand a great director like Kubrick.
Yeah, I guess I did.
So then what is the problem here, Jeffrey?
You know what? I just feel like no one really cares about these types of movies. The movies I show are mostly obscure or forgotten. Maybe that should tell me something, and maybe that's all I need to know.
Whatever could you mean by that?
Well, if all I'm doing is talking about obscure and forgotten movies, why would anybody want to watch?
Oh, Jeffrey, you have it all wrong. You talking about these obscure and forgotten movies keeps them alive. Even if it is just to a few people, you are keeping the movies from being forgotten. That is an amazing thing you are doing for the art of cinema.
Even for Cherry Hill High?
Yes. Even for Cherry Hill High.
You know, I suppose you do have a point.
Of course I do. Now, if you will excuse me, I have a faculty holiday party for which I must prepare. I am in charge of bringing a crudité. Also, I must check to make sure my turtleneck that I wear under my sport coat is properly pressed for the event.
Now, why am I not surprised about anything that you just said?
Professor Worthmore, I'm so glad you called. What you said is right. Heck, you even lifted my spirits. I hope you have a great holidays.
You too, my dear cartoon face. And Jeffrey?
What you got there, Dick?
Remember, the invitation still stands if you would like to join my discussion group on the cinema verite movement of the 60s and 70s.
Oh, you know what? I'm not so sure that I want...
Merry Christmas, Jeffrey, and we will speak soon.
You know, I was feeling much better right up until that last part, so I must reset to my original statement of bah humbug.
Isn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre considered part of cinema verite?
Wait, it is?
I'm pretty sure it is.
No shit.
What are you doing?
Nothing. Yeah, Dick, when's that next meeting about the Veritas? Alright, nurse, you know, I do think I am feeling a little bit better.
You are? Oh, you are.
Yeah, I just put the finishing touches on my application to Buster Burger University.
Jeff!
What?
No Buster Burger University.
But I want to major in simulated rib-shaped barbecue sandwich studies.
No. Look, you have one more visitor coming. He said he'd be here by now. I just don't know where he's at.
You know, I don't really care that much to have my ego stroked anymore. Besides, I'm off to learn about simulated rib-shaped barbecue sandwiches.
Just stay right there. Give me a couple more minutes to...
You hear that?
I think that's our final visitor.
You know, that sounds kind of familiar.
If you decide you want to keep up with this Buster Burger shit after this, then nothing could possibly stop you. I'll let you go and live out that dream you suddenly have and leave all this behind.
You got yourself a deal.
Here he comes.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Gah!
Jeff, don't you recognize your hero?
Oh, it's the ghost of Cameron Mitchell! Boss!
Yeah, kid, I'm here. Hey there, dollface.
Ooh, Cameron, I'm so glad you're here.
Hey, of course you are. Now what am I doing here? You said you needed some help?
Yes, Jeff is in a bad way. He needs someone to lift his spirits. No pun intended.
Aw, shit. So this is an ego stroking then?
Well, yeah, I guess if you put it that way.
I'm not the greatest at that, but I guess there's a first time for everything.
Cameron, you look different.
What, this? Oh, it's just mud wrestling night at the local tavern up here.
You wear that to the bars?
Nowadays I do.
Cameron, did you start a cult?
You're goddamn right I did.
Fucking A.
Yeah, kid, I knew you'd be into that.
You know, I am.
Oh, he is.
So, Jeffrey, what's the issue? Why did your pretty little partner over there call me?
You know, Cameron, I gotta tell you.
Well, I'm all ears. Well, at least for the next few minutes before Bambi gets into the ring.
Well, I'll make it quick then. I'm not sure that I'm cut out for this movie hosting business.
What? What do you mean you're not cut out for it?
It seems like nobody really gives a shit about these movies.
Yeah, but do you give a shit about these movies you watch?
Well, I mean, yeah.
Then get your head out of your ass, dummy, and keep it up. Alright, if that's all, I'm gonna go and watch the rest of these matches.
Wait, I don't think that's gonna do it for Jeff.
Oh, okay. Make it quick, kid.
Alright, fine. It just seems like everything online is so cynical, and they just want to complain about what they don't like about new movies or movies with different types of people than what they are, and they just bitch and moan, and god damn it do they get a bunch of views. Meanwhile...
Hold it up right there. Who says that's the only way to make these videos?
I mean, I guess the algorithm?
The what? Never mind. If you care about these movies, if you like watching these movies, if you like talking about these movies, you do that. Got it? It doesn't matter what the hell this Al Griffith says about assholes who complain about things just to whore their videos out for views. Besides, I don't know much about the internets, but I'm pretty sure it's a pretty big thing, right? If that's the case, then there's room for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
See? There you go. Now the truth is, I watch your stuff. I like what you do. You got real moxie. It doesn't matter who does or doesn't watch these episodes of your little show. All that matters is that you like what you do. And hey, if someone else watches your videos and likes what you do, that seems like a pretty good deal to me. What would you do if you became famous anyways? What, you gonna start your own religion?
Well, I mean, you did.
Yeah, I did. But look, kiddo, you don't want to be like me. You should want to be you. More importantly, you should like you. Now I gotta go. Bambi is getting ready to come out. Oh man, you should see her. She's the Afterlife's all-time champion in mud wrestling. She's really something else. I'll see you two real soon. Jeff, keep up the good work.
Bye, Cameron. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he really is.
Why don't I give my final thoughts on the movie?
Yeah, okay. I mean, I think I just need to think a few things over.
Sounds good. This movie is a fine adaptation of A Christmas Carol, but it's not the best. I appreciate that the nostalgia carries this movie through, and besides, it's only like an hour long anyways, but man, this movie is dirty. I know this was made in 1935, but I almost refuse to believe that this movie was really in black and white. I just figured that this world is so devoid of cleanliness and happiness that it just looks black and white. When Tiny Tim died later on in the movie, I think he just willed himself to die because who would want to live in such a dirty, sooty world? Well, I do love old Scrooge. He keeps it real. He keeps that great hair of his, he hates happiness, and he hates children. He insults everyone around him. I wish I could be a little bit more like him. Seymour Hicks is pretty good as that old bastard. But I do have one question though. There was that guy who went around and yelled, 12 o'clock and all's well. Were there really people who did that back then? I'd be pissed if I just got home at 10 p.m. and had no time to clean the dirt and soot off of me before bed so I can get up at 3 a.m. to do more back-breaking manual labor and some asshole on the street is yelling each hour about what's well and what isn't. Give me a break, street time man. Anyways, this is good enough to get anyone in the Christmas spirit, so for that, I award 1935's Scrooge 3.5 out of 5 poops. Jeff, back to you. Jeff? Does that mean what I think it does?
Yeah. You know what? The ghost of Cameron Mitchell is right. Hell, even that pompous asshole Worthmore has a good point.
Don't forget the party Borgs.
Anyway, if I like what I do, then that should be good enough for me. I mean, I don't need to have the biggest YouTube channel or the most viewers. I mean, I do what I do for my own entertainment. I like watching these silly little movies on the verge of being forgotten by, well, just about everyone.
I like watching them too.
Well, I like watching them with you. And that should be a lesson to everyone. I mean, if you like doing something, or you like watching something, or you like creating something, then just do it. You don't have to be some hateful online jerk ass who bitches and moans about stuff because being contrary to, I don't know, drives viewers to your channel. Screw that. Be honest. You'll be happier with yourself, and you'll probably make friends. So I do have a challenge for everyone. You know what? Just express joy in something. Life's too damn short to always be negative. If you watch something that you don't like, just stop it and move on. You don't have to go on a campaign to be an asshole to those who liked the thing that you didn't. And if you like something, say you liked it. Shit, say you loved it if you loved it. If you don't have to, you just don't have to fuel other people's disdain for things either. That's no way to live. Nurse.
I'm glad you're back in the spirit of things.
You know, I'm glad I am too, but you know something?
Next episode is the 50th episode?
That's exactly right. We're going to take January off, but we'll be back on the second Saturday of February for episode number 50.
Second Saturday in February. That feels like an important day.
Yeah, you're right. It does seem important, but anyway, I'm sure we'll think of it sooner or later. Let's go celebrate the holidays and get a couple of big hot chocolates.
That sounds like a plan to me.
And from all of us here at B-Movie Enema to all of you out there, have a safe and Merry Christmas and the happiest of holidays.
We'll see you on February 11th. Oh, February 11th is your...
Ho, 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 ho!